Good morning. So today is Tuesday in Great and Holy Week. I'm just carrying on my tour of inspection. Maybe right at the top there you can see Tony and George busy working on the garden in front of St. Hilda's. There they go. And I am entering into St. Columba's wood. There's this beautiful tree here. It's closing the gate. Beautiful tree here is part of an old hedge, hornbeam hedge, that's at least 300 years old. It's one of the boundaries between what we call St. Peter's Field, which is this area here, and St. Columba's wood. You'll see, to do this you have to go over a little bridge, and there's a trickle of a stream going underneath, which is the one we call the Euphrates. Before very long you'll see that there is a twin. You can guess what that's going to be called, I guess. And here we go into the wood itself. Now a lot of the trees here are not in a good situation. They're the wrong trees to plant. They're mainly Quercus robur maxima, which is the wrong tree for up here. And then other things like there are quite a number of sweet chestnuts and so on. Much better to have planted things that grow here more naturally. Now, this one here is not doing too badly. This is a field maple, but even there you can see, if you look carefully, you can see where the frost has really badly damaged it. Makes it all look rather beautiful, mind you. This moss and lichen, one of the ways we can see this is trying to become a temperate rainforest. We have quite an interesting combination of ecosystems here. So on the one hand, over this way over here, this is the marsh, and then on the other hand we have the woods on this side. Now, I'm not sure if you can see, but there's a animal track that goes up there, and this has been made mainly by muntjac, but also by roe deer. I love the susurration of the wind through the trees. Really beautiful. Come across more of that in a minute. I think that's probably what Moses heard when he asked the name of God. He heard this very slight sound, Yahweh. The sound of the wind in the trees always makes me think this is a possibility. This track we have here is put down by somebody called Joseph, so we call it St. Joseph's Way. And look over here, and you can see any day now this is going to be full of bluebells. It'll be really beautiful. More damaged trees, you can see with this one here. The way that the bark all the way up is cracked, fissured. It's in a pitiful state, and this is simply, it's too cold for this sort of tree here, but not to worry. We're looking out for acorns from Quercus petraea. They don't happen all that often. Maybe about once every 5 years you get a crop from those ones. But then when they do grow, they grow really well. As you saw from yesterday's video, there's really beautiful trees, but also there's a couple of them just up here. Here we go, this is St. Columba's cell coming into view. And up here, these two majestic trees, about 200 years old. Both of these are Quercus petraea. They're lovely, and in the background, right at the top there, I can see a buzzard wheeling around. It's one of my favourite areas up here. There's the marsh. Some distance away you can hear a farmer. I think they're muck spreading. I think that's what they must be doing. Anyway, the smell of the muck hasn't reached us. It's lovely, beautiful and fresh here today. So this beautiful Betula pendula, silver birch up here. It's really quite an old one, coming to the end of its days really. And then St. Columba's itself. And here we have a bird box. Blue tits normally nest in there. I don't know if there are any there at the moment. Let's go up and round. Oh, a nice crunch of leaves underneath my feet. The sound of the bumblebee there. I'm coming to one of our venerable trees. You might think that it's this one over here that I'm interested in, but it isn't. It's this one here, this beautiful old holly, which I think is at least 250 years old, maybe older, and really needs to be cut down so that it can grow up again. Hollies are interesting. They have these very prickly leaves, as I'm sure you know, and here you can see there's a holly leaf minor. They are full of wildlife of different sorts. And now here's an interesting thing. Hollies have got these prickly leaves to stop them from being predated by various animals. But they also have this way that you can cut it right the way down to the ground, zoom, across there, and it'll grow back up again and grow up healthier and fresher than it was before. And this is a natural reaction to predation from woolly mammoth. Isn't that a wonderful thing to know? And once you know that, you begin noticing that other plants also have this same extraordinary adaptation against woolly mammoth. There aren't any woolly mammoths around here, although I'm quite woolly, but I'm not a mammoth. But down the bottom of the valley, right down over that way in fact, they found the skeletons of 3 woolly mammoths, 2 large females and a smaller female with them. So woolly mammoths were here not all that long ago. It's just the holly tree hasn't realised they've become extinct. Here we have some nice goat willow. There's more goat willow down in the marsh as well. And then around here, and this is all dried up at this time of the year, but if the other one was the Euphrates, then this little wadi here going up is the Tigris, as you might know. Some pheasants in the background making a big noise. There goes one. Maybe you saw it. All excited. Maybe that means the fox is behind us somewhere. I don't know. Anyway, let's go and have a look through here. Molehills everywhere. I'm going to have to crawl down underneath this tree. Right down there. Let's see how we go. I'm all stiff from being in a different bed, and the mattress of this bed has gone wonky. All these stones that have appeared here, I wonder whether they are the remains of an old house. But for the meantime, they're just covered in this fantastic moss. Isn't that beautiful? So stunning. And before very long, in fact, possibly even now, there will be lots of dog violets everywhere. I'm going to see if I can find any. When they come, they usually come on this little bank here. Are there any? Come on. Can I see any? No. Ah, yes. Here we go. Well, isn't that super? I wish you could smell them. Now, dog violets have a really interesting thing that they do. And that is that the moment you smell them, you can't smell anything. They knock out your sense of smell. And dog, in this case here, means wild. So little wild violets. Aren't they so pretty? And I look forward to seeing you little guys every year. And there you are. What a gift. Isn't that lovely? And the whole bank is absolutely full of them. All the way down. Now, these dog violets also do another job for us, and they actually earn us money. Now that we pick them, all this whole area, all around here, dog violets everywhere. And there'll be more down in the marsh. There's a thing called the pearl-bordered fritillary, which is a butterfly, and it lives on the marsh. And round here is about the most important place for it in the whole country, actually. There's here and there, but right here is a really good place. And the caterpillars of the marsh fritillary eat these dog violets. So it's good to see there are plenty of dog violets, therefore will be a nice lot of pearl-bordered fritillaries. Now, this little area here is another little field. This part here we call St. Pega's Wood. St. Pega was the sister of St. Guthlac, who was a sort of Lincolnshire saint who was the founder of monasticism in this country. Listen to those birds. I could sit here all day, actually. Really beautiful. Now in this part of the monastery we have poor old things, they're called gliss. I wonder if you know what that is. But in everyday English they're called the edible dormouse. Must be very depressing to wake up in the morning and say to yourself, I'm edible. We have the edible fox. I don't know why we don't say the edible cod, the edible horse, and so on. Anyway, we're going up another track, and this also is made by deer. I wonder if I can see any deer footprints. Not here I can't, but just here I can. There we go. That is a muntjac. They're pretty little things. Anyway, there's this little path going up that way. You see, it's nice to go up there. Shall we go up there? Maybe we will. Carry on going. Some more violets. That's nice. Oh, even more violets. I didn't know they grew out this far. How wonderful. And all the way along the track, every now and again, as my nose comes back into action, I can smell them. Oh, how lovely. And then this is one of the most spooky parts of the monastery. I always feel slightly spooked when I come in here. There's a little Scots pine plantation. You see some roe deer tracks and dung. You have a completely different feel in here. And there's the animal track again. So going up through here. Creep in this bit. It's very marshy before very long. Very boggy indeed. We're coming up to the edge of our property this way. And a wheel round and go into another area which would be great for camping in. So this is all sweet chestnut, castanea. We're right at the very northernmost and right at the very top where it'll survive. They don't produce much or anything really in the way of fruit. So again, this was not the best plant really to put here. But never mind, they look very pretty in the summer. Right here would be a really good place to camp. Nice and dry and good. Another few days we won't be able to see the sky around here. Will be completely full of leaves. No, this one here won't be. It's beginning to get a fungus in it. So what happens when you plant the wrong tree in an area? See, the holly is doing really well. And here we have the higher reaches of the Euphrates, not the Euphrates, the Tigris. And there's even some water in it to greet me, but not more really than a dribble. And if you look on the other side, you can see that there it goes. And oops, sorry about that. I was panning too fast. I'll pan a bit more slowly back again, and you can see down here again there's St. Columba's. And then all of this here is really very boggy indeed. So I'm not going to go across it. A pity, because there's a nice little shrine to the Mother of God along the top there. So let's listen to those birds another moment or two, and then I'm going to take my leave of you and ask for your prayers. May God bless you and keep you. I can hear hunting dogs.